Hey y'all, it's been a little minute. I have been wanting to make this kind of video for a while now. Since I moved into my apartment, I've been wanting to buy wall art for my walls in my apartment. But whenever I would find wall art that seemed like some that I would love, it would stay in my cart instead of me checking out. It just never seemed to be worth the amount they were charging for this wall art. For some reason, I just could never bring myself to check out. And I'm the type of person, when I really, really, really love something or I want something, especially when it comes to home decor, if I really want it and I really love it, I'm going to buy it. Even if I got to close my eyes and hit check out, or even if I have to close my eyes and hit pay. But when it came to wall art, I could never bring myself to it. I would have it in my car and then I would change it from my car to my wish list, and then I would move it from my wish list back to my car, and then it just never seemed like it was ever worth taking it from my cart and, like I said, actually paying for it. So a while back I thought to actually make my own custom wall art, but I was a little nervous about doing it. I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to waste my money. I didn't know if it would be good enough to go on my living room wall. However, I'm the type of person that loves painting. I love art. I'm pretty creative. I think, to be 100% honest, I think I'm more creative than I let on to be. And I've been that way since I was a kid. I just don't think I ever fed that part of myself enough. It gives me a lot of peace to paint. It's like my happy place. So I think I'm going to do it more often. But I was super excited when I finally decided to just go ahead and do it. I bought these canvases, which is 20 by 24 inch canvases. Two came in a pack. I went ahead and I taped it up in random angles across both canvases. I wanted to be able to paint it so that if I put it up on the wall, I could put it together as one painting, or I could separate it as two separate paintings. So that's why I taped across both canvases that way. The colors in my living room are beige. They're white, black, and gray. Mostly black because my entire sectional is black, and then my area rug has colors of have a mixture of black, beige, white, a little bit of cream, and a little bit of gray. So that's why I chose the paint colors that I chose for this wall art. I really, really loved doing this piece. It was so fun to me. When I paint, I don't think much about anything. I'm really just painting. And the sections that I decided to paint the different colors were completely random. Before I painted them, I took a pencil and I just went ahead and wrote like black really lightly in one section. I'll write gray in another section. And then I wrote tan just so that I could remember where I wanted to put my colors. But even when I did that, it was just random, kind of visualizing where I thought each color should go, not wanting different colors to be too prevalent on the art, but also wanting it to look like it flowed well, but also that it was kind of random. So that part was the hardest part about this, just kind of visualizing how it will look up on the wall, what color I wanted to stand out more than others. I am a black person. Literally, but also I'm not speaking literally. I'm speaking like I love the color black. I tend to lean towards black a lot. So in the recent years, I've tried to stray away from black and go more brighter colors when it comes to dressing and color schemes in my home. But I always tend to lean right back to black. My living room, like I said, is majority black. My furniture pieces is black. So the bigger sections of this wall art, they're black. I wanted the black to kind of push through more than I wanted all the other colors to kind of complement the black. So here you can see that I'm using this color, the silver color. This color was not as bright as I thought it would be. Like, it wasn't as sparkly as I thought it would be. I really wanted it to pop, right? It was more like a dull silver. And I said, okay, the first coat, it almost looked white, but a little bit, with a little bit of sparkle to it. So that's how I knew I was automatically going to do a second coat, but I knew I had to do a second coat of this silver because it wasn't popping at all to me. The beige was pretty bright, but also in a way that wasn't overpowering, which was great because, like I said, my area rug has these kind of areas of like some beige that shows through like the black marble look and the gray marble look in my rug. So I thought that would be really, really nice to do. At the bottom here, I was using the gold paint. And I was really a little bit disappointed in this gold because it was such a dull gold. And I just knew once I started painting, I said, oh, I choose the wrong gold. They had multiple different kind of gold glitter paints. And I chose this one over the other ones that seemed too bright. And I said, oh, I should have went with my first thought to get the brighter ones. Because they were almost like a brown gold, you know? This one's more like a clear, light, pastel yellow kind of gold, and I was going for more of that brown gold, but I said, okay, whatever. I knew I was going to also do a second coat of that. The gray areas were perfect. That's the perfect color gray. I believe that gray was elephant gray, and it was so perfect to me because it was almost the same exact gray as the gray that's in my area rug. Now, when I'm painting, my mind is not focused on one particular thing. I don't even think that my mind is focused on anything when I'm painting, which is why I love to paint so much because I get to relax and get away from the overthinking that I tend to do usually. I get to just be in my moment, right? I'm not moving and doing and planning like I usually am in motherhood. This is just a space for me to just be, do something that I want to do, enjoy something that I want to enjoy. And then at the end of it all, I have wall art that I've always wanted. I get to add to the aesthetic of my home, like I love to do. I think I'm actually going to do a lot more of this because there's so many things that I think of doing that are just handmade things, and I've always been really crafty with my hands, and I think I'm just gonna start just winging it and making these videos, whether it's a hit or a miss. It's just something that I truly, truly, truly enjoy, and I want to do it more often just to have that peace, right? Just to carve out that time for just me. And I always say that, and then I don't do it as much as I should. So as you can see here, I'm peeling off that blue tape so that the abstract aspect of this wall art is standing out more. I added some more gold glitter that I found in my house, hid away from my kids somewhere to those gold sections that were too light. Right here, I'm trying to pat down that silver section because when I removed the tape, it started to lift as if it was a film and not paint, but that's okay. The entire piece came out so amazing to me. That beige section with the gray paint blotched on it that I used the sponge to do came out absolutely perfect. And this was just such a fun and peaceful project. I could not be more proud of the outcome, and I cannot wait to do more like this.